Oh, look, now you can hear me. That's probably a good thing. Well, how's it going? I haven't done a talking head in a long time. Mostly because I'm kind of bad at them, but I thought for the 100th video, might as well do it. This last week when I was uploading, saw that it was number 99, and I thought, well, that's impressive that I stuck with it this long. So something like this would normally be like a YouTube live video, but in my house, we don't have the internet that can handle live streaming. So I asked you guys, just ask me a bunch of questions, anything that you want to, and we'll go over them. So I have here a list of 100 questions. We're not gonna draw it out. Like, I'm just gonna flow through these. I'm pretty sure I have maybe some repeats in here, so we'll address that when we get to it. Okay, getting into it. Question number 1, what film gear do you use? Cameras. I have a Panasonic GH5 for the main rig, which you guys are watching now, and then for my POV stuff, I have a GoPro Hero 8. Number 2, what segment are you most excited for in Hubbapalooza, which is the race this weekend? Most excited for, I mean, only locals will know this, but the last stage from last year, Deep Thought, the second half of that is really awesome. As a bonus, the stage I'm not looking forward to is Hot Gates, because I crashed really bad on it this week in practice and just got done like relacing my front wheel because I kind of tacoed it. And I said I wasn't going to drag these questions out, so let's pick up the pace. Number 3, personal and channel goals for this year. Personal, finish the interior reno. We're so close to being done. And for channel goals, it'd be kind of cool to break 50,000, but I'm not too concerned about it. Just keep making cool content. Number 4, first trip location for Scruffy. Probably just to Silver Mountain, which is like 30 minutes away. Make sure it doesn't blow up first. Number 5, do you run less fluid in your brakes to save weight? Yeah, I pretty much don't run any fluid in my brakes. It all bleeds out anyway. 6, best training for enduro races. Just climb and keep climbing and climb forever. That's all I've got. 7, plans for traveling. I think this year we want to go over to the west side and do some riding, like the Seattle area. And maybe in the fall, Arizona? I'm not sure yet. Number 8, what music are you into? Recommendations? I could go off on this for a long time, but I'll just name bands and then you guys can look them up. Goth Babe, I know he's a subscriber, love his stuff. Daniel Surrey, he's a good friend of mine, love his stuff. And then classics like Zeppelin, Black Sabbath, and I've been listening to a lot of Empty Country lately. 9, what's somewhere you've wanted to ride but haven't yet? Whistler, I mean, that's kind of the one thing that stands out. 10, what's the obsession with Futurama? It's a great show and the characters have great names, so there's a lot of potential to name things from that. 11, will you ever collaborate with other YouTubers? Yeah, I just did a couple months ago with MTB Allen down in California. It was awesome down there, and speaking of which, this next question is from MTB Allen. How do you like to recover from a hard day of trail building? I'll usually, I don't know, drink a Corona outside and then go over all the editing that I still have to do. 13, what's your next big ride? I guess it'd have to be the race this weekend, but that's not really a big ride. It's just a race, so nothing planned just yet. 14, would you do the EWS 100 race with the other YouTubers if the chance arose? I 100% would, and I think there's the potential for it. It just has to stop getting canceled. 15, how do you come up with your trail build ideas? Well, my current trails aren't super unique yet other than the adjustable drop, but I have a lot of ideas up here that I'm hoping to get into the camera this summer. I guess I just have to come up with them while I'm daydreaming during the day. 16, how did you learn all the mechanical work that you do on Scruffy? I just always did it with my dad as a kid. He has a 68 Camaro that I helped him rebuild, so I learned a lot of stuff doing that. And I just always worked on my own cars because it was too expensive to take to the shop. 17, would you rather fight one giant chicken or 100 mini chickens? Thank you for the question, Mark. I would probably fight 100 mini chickens because a giant chicken is pretty much a dinosaur. 18, racing? Question mark? Yes. 19, thoughts on DH? I think it's cool. I mean, I just don't have a DH bike, but I've ridden them before and they're fun. 20, what other cars do you have besides Scruffy? Oh, well, I have a 2002 WRX that I plan to sell to put into Scruffy. And I have another project, Datsun, which needs some attention, but it's all been going to Scruffy. 21, what are your hobbies outside of MTB? Music. I've been playing guitar for like 15 plus years. I almost majored in it in college, so that's a good hobby. 22, where would you like to ride outside of the US? I mean, Canada's outside of the US, but that seems like cheating. If I were to go really far, New Zealand has always been on the radar, so maybe do that during a winter sometime. That'd be cool. 23, how long has Sarah been a tattoo artist? I don't know the exact year, but it's been since like a year after we got together, so she's probably been doing it for 8 years now. A while, on and off. 24, do you have a dream bike? If so, what? I think I've answered this in the past, but a Husqvarna TX300. Dream bike. 25, have you been to Canada or Whistler? Canada, yes. Whistler, no. 26, what made you start YouTube? At the time, I hated my day job and I needed an outlet. 27, favorite kind of trail features, rocks, jumps, jank, or skinnies? I'll probably have to say janky rocks. Skinnies are a close second. 28, when did you decide to take this channel seriously? Was it the shout out from Seth's Bike Hacks, or were you committed before that? Oh, I mean, that was definitely a good motivator, but it was probably about a year after that point. So a little over a year ago now. 29, are you still a normal 9-to-5 working man, or have you fully transitioned to YouTube? I still do a lot of contract work on the side, so it's definitely splitting my time in two. 30, where is the YT Capra Limited? I sold it, and it now exists in the form of Scruffy. All those funds have gone into that van. 31, ever played disc golf at Jamboree next to Beacon? Beacon's our local riding spot. I did one time on like a work retreat thing, and it's not really for me. But more power to people playing disc golf. 32, I'm thinking of converting to a 1x12 drivetrain. Do you think it's worth it? I personally don't. If you already have one, run it, that's what I do. But if I were to buy a drivetrain, I would buy either a 10 or an 11 speed. 12 speeds, the clearances are so close, if you just whack the derailleur at all, it gets all wacky. I just don't. Roast me for not liking 12 speeds. 33, what's your favorite type of jelly? Grape, I suppose. 34, favorite board game. It's not really a board game. There's a group game called Secret Hitler that I really like. I mean, it's fun. Don't let the name deter you. Check it out. It's super fun. 35, favorite IPA. I was excited for this question because I hate IPAs. I like beer, don't like IPAs. So we'll go with that. 36, is Idaho real? Are potatoes tasty? I'll let you decide. 37, do you want to get another dog and train it for the trail like Beans? Can we get another dog, please? That question was from my wife. You'll have to ask Eggy. 39, what do you like in real life? That's a really good question because I'm super awkward in real life. If you've met me, I don't know how to do the, see, right there, there's a good example. Oh my God. We'll move on from that one. 40, why are dirt gloves so amazing? Thank you for the comment, Dirt Gloves. I'd have to say it's probably some of the new designs that they're coming out with. They're pretty awesome. And I did some of them. 41, will you compete in any Montana Enduro events this year? Maybe. I haven't signed up, but I haven't said no. 42, what is one of your worst injuries? I've been lucky to not have any major injuries, but the worst thing I've done is break a clavicle, motocross, tear my cartilage in my nose, motocross, and I actually sliced my leg open with a chainsaw one time when I was in high school. So, you guys that are roasting me in my videos for not wearing chaps chainsawing, I know. 43, how much for the van? That's from Robert from the Biker Bar. Everybody has a price, Robert. Let me know what you're thinking. 44, where's somewhere you wanted to ride but you haven't yet? We keep going back to Whistler. That was supposed to be 2020, but still waiting to do that. 45, did you go to college? If so, what did you study? Yes, I did. I graduated with a degree in design, a minor in music, and almost a minor in Japanese, but I was a quarter short. I just really wanted to graduate instead. 46, what do you use to edit your videos? Premiere Pro. 47, when did you start riding? Well, I started riding bikes when I was like 3 years old. Started riding dirt bikes when I was like 4, and then I got my mountain bike about 5 years ago. 48, was there another channel before the Shredist? Nope, all the growing pains have been done on the Shredist. 49, what got you started on trail building? I always wanted to play on property, and when I bought my property, I decided to go play on it, and that just turned into trail building. 50, what's your favorite trail building tool? I have two. One is the McLeod, because it's so versatile, and I like my chainsaw. I wouldn't be able to do half the stuff without that. So, 51, when did you start your channel? I started it at the end of 2018, but didn't really start posting regularly until like a little less than a year and a half ago. 52, if you could change one thing on your bike right now, what would it be? The rear rim, because it's dented and I have the rim sitting in the closet waiting to go on. I just don't want to lace it right now. 53, have you tried a Polygon Square One? I never did get the chance to try one, and I think they might not be making them anymore. I'm not 100% sure on that. 54, what got you into mountain biking? Oh, it's just kind of the next stage after motocross. I kind of stopped racing and wanted to do something similar, so I chose mountain biking. 55, how much do you like the DVO front and back? I like it a ton. I put it on my new bike, and I'll probably put it on my next bike. It's great stuff. 56, will you build a foam pit or airbag on your property for practice? This question I asked Sarah, and she said no. Maybe sometime an airbag, but probably not a foam pit. 57, planning on going to any parks this year? I mean, Silver is the local park that I go to, but beyond that, I want to go back to Big Sky. That's on my list. 58, where are your favorite places to ride? So far, my favorite places have been the Oregon coast, that was awesome, and Sedona. 59, what has been your overall experience with Polygon bikes? It's been a really good experience. The team there has been really great with me. It was actually, this year's a new team versus last year. So in the off season, it was kind of like, I don't know what's going on, but they've been really good to me, and I'm hoping that we keep working together for years to come. 60, high pivot or not? I've never ridden one. I'd be open to the idea. 61, how about some POV video with the GoPro on Aggie? That is a good idea, if I could strap it to him without him freaking out. He's a very skittish dog. 62, what are some luxury items that you're gonna be putting in the van? Oh, a red wine dispenser. We're gonna keep the van pretty simple. I'll probably put charging and stuff in there for phones and cameras and batteries, but other than that, nothing too crazy. The more simple the van build is, the sooner I can start using it. 63, will you try to get another YT capper in the future? Honestly, probably not. I mean, I've already been down that road, so why not try something new in the future? 64, how many tattoos do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18? I think I have 18. 65, ever ride on the East Coast? I haven't, but maybe one day. 66, did you ever want to give up on mountain biking? Yeah, kind of. In college, I just didn't have the time to. I sold my DH bike that I had that I never really rode because I was too busy being in the classroom. 67, 29 or 27.5, 26 or mullet? I will say mullet. 68, how did you come up with the name The Shredist? The domain, YouTube channel, Instagram, all that stuff was available, and it didn't pigeonhole me into mountain biking, so I can kind of post some other content on here if I ever want to. 69. What bike would you recommend for enduro racing? Really any bike that you can pedal up, that's not a cross-country bike. Trail bike would work fine, but really anything with like 160 mils of travel would probably be able to do anything in an enduro race. 70, any local trail recommendations for gravel bikes? I'm not huge into graveling. I haven't tried it yet, actually. But I would say the Fire Roads at Canfield would probably work well for gravel, and Saltese Uplands. It's a little more single tracky, but it's so smooth, I think a gravel bike would do just fine at it. 71, when will there be an Agnew video? I probably should do that soon. I get asked that a lot, so I should probably do some Aggie content. 72, what's the best that you've done in a race? Well, I've won. I hate saying that, but I've won. So there's that. I won't win this weekend. I'm going up a class and it's just for fun. 73, if you could wake up and ride anywhere in the world tomorrow, where would it be? Right now, I'm kind of feeling Hawaii. That would be awesome. 74, how do 29ers ride on jumps? Big whips? I'm not a big whipper, but 29ers jump just fine. I mean, there's gonna be a little more rotating mass, so they're not quite as fast in the air as the 27.5, but yeah, you can jump them. 75, get a new bike. Well, first off, that's not a question. And second, I did just get a new bike and it's pretty bitchin'. It's my Polygon. 76, how long have you lived on the property? This summer it'll be 2 years now. 77, do you think you'll do more Boise videos? Actually, I'd like to. When we went down to Boise, it was right before mountain biking was really getting going. They were building that new mountain biking park and we missed it just by a month. So I'd like to go back down and check it out. 78, do you like sports other than MTB? I'm huge into racing, so I really like watching motocross, and I've been recently getting into F1. But I mean, occasionally I'll watch like college basketball. Gonzaga is our home team, so yay Gonzaga. But yeah, that's about it. 79, what's the best thing about Sarah? Probably her butt. She's going to kill me. Oh, Sarah. 80, what's the long-term vision for the trails? Oh, I would like to get some bigger dirt jumps going. I just need to get some equipment for that. So yeah, get some more flowy trails, jumps, maybe some North Shore-y skinny stuff. That'd be pretty cool. 81, jumps or tech? It's kind of a repeat, but I'll have to say tech. 82, do you want to build a snowman? No, Coulter, I don't want to build a snowman because I just went through 5 months of frozen cold snow and the last thing I want to see right now is a snowman. 83, how far do you want to go with the van build? Again, for like the first phase, I'm just going to keep it simple. We'll like make it a nice camper van, and in the future, maybe we can add solar and all that fun stuff. 84, what's the first thing you'd upgrade on an older bike? I have a 2009 Rocky Mountain Trailhead. Well, I'm not really familiar with that bike, but a few things that you would probably want to upgrade. If you don't have a 1x drivetrain, I would do that. Maybe get a nice set of tires, go tubeless if it can. But other than that, I don't know. Just anything maintenance-wise that it needs. 85, is there a Trid DJ coming your way from Polygon, DJ Dirt Jumper? And no, not this year. Maybe next year, we'll see. But I need to get better at jumping first before actually getting a dirt jumper. 86, what was your first MTB experience? Actually, that's kind of funny. I'll shorten it down. Some guy wanted to go riding with me when I first started. The only bike I had was a 46-pound Kona DH bike. So we went into the hills and I pedaled that thing uphill. And by pedal, I mean pushed. It was the worst time in the world. 87, how old are you? 32. Yeah, 32. 88, would you suggest buying a van like Scruffy or a pickup truck for long haul MTB trips? If you don't have a rig, I would get a truck, honestly. It's more versatile, and my truck, I love driving it a long ways. It's super comfy. 89, what's your favorite riding spot in the CDA Spokane area? Oh, I've been to Beacon the most, but I think my favorite spot is probably Mount CDA. How long have you been growing your hair out for? Oh yeah. I'd say this is probably going on 2 years. I've had trims though. Just like a couple weeks ago, I took about 2 inches off. 91, you ever go into Whistler? Eventually. 92, do you do other types of cycling? I do. I actually spend a good amount of time on the road bike because I like to do triathlons too, which I'm hoping to do more of this year, since they were all canceled last year. 93, what is your current bike fleet looking like? Right now my race bike is the Vander N7 and my trail bike is the Siskiyou T8. 94, what was your first mountain bike? It was, well, other than department store bikes, it was that Kona Stinky DH bike. It was like 2007, super heavy, super fun. I miss it. 95, will you be continuing the trail builds and what's your upload schedule looking like? Definitely continuing trail builds. And the upload schedule, I'm shooting for Mondays. Depends on if life gets in the way. 96, personal favorite feature on your trail. The one I'm kind of most proud of is actually the raised rock garden. I thought that turned out pretty rad. 97, do you like the GX Axis, or AXS, the new wireless drivetrain? It's fine. I mean, I won't get it anytime soon. I'd rather put that money elsewhere. Like $600 is a lot to go into a bike. But if you have money for it, that's awesome. It's a cool feature. But personally, I'll probably be using a cable for a while. 98, what's the sketchiest trail in your local riding area? No, I mean, we don't have a ton of sketchy trails. Rocket Surgery at Beacon is kind of dicey. Caribou at Mount Coeur d'Alene is a hard one to string together completely, but yeah, we don't have anything like North Shore crazy. 99, did you reach out to Polygon or vice versa? It was vice versa, they reached out to me. And 100, as a fellow creator, I'm curious about your process of creating video. Do you sit down and plan ahead each shot and script write, etc.? Or do you have a general idea of what you want to make and come up with the script in edit mode? I actually do both of those, it depends on the video. Like the bike tips videos that I do sometimes, those will be 100% scripted. I'll have a shot list and everything, and it makes editing a breeze. It just all goes together like puzzle pieces. But all the trail builds, like I kind of have to film those as I go, and then backwards it together, and then voiceover as I edit. So cool, there. I hope that didn't take too long. I thought it'd be kind of a fun little bonus video. I'm super happy that I've made 100 of these for you guys. At first, I didn't know if it was gonna happen, but we're gonna make another 100, I promise. And we're gonna have fun doing it, and I'm super excited. Maybe we'll hit 50K. That's not huge on my list, but I mean, that's kind of cool and exciting. But anyway, remember when I said I was awkward in real life? The most awkward part of a conversation is ending it for me. I never know how to. So I'm just gonna end it. So thanks for stopping by today, and I'll see you on the regular upload schedule on Mondays-ish. And until next time, keep the herbs side down.